Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2020 with Southport in the Premier League, and we are the most inconsistent football team in the country at the moment. We're still doing alright, the transfer window has opened, we're about halfway through January, some big signings have taken place, and a big name has returned to the club. So let's jump right into it then. Transfers leaving the club. Only one player has left. Miguel Conceição, who was a player who I signed a very, very long time ago. I had high hopes for Miguel. I think he probably could have been good if we played him earlier on, particularly as a left-sided winger, maybe even a right-sided winger. Unfortunately, it's not worked out for him. The Portuguese man has now gone to Chavez, who, are they the Mexican side? They're not. They're a Portuguese side. So yeah, he's gone back to his native Portugal. £2.5 million, which we've made a profit on him because we didn't pay any money for him. He's just spent a lot of time out on loan, hasn't he? 3 players have joined the club on permanent deals, and the first one I've annoyed already. It's Cyprian Rediniciuc, possibly. I have no idea. I'm just going to call him Cyprian. The 18-year-old Romanian central midfielder has joined from CFR Cluj in his native Romania for £7 million. That's right. We're spending millions on youth players now. We were doing it on free transfers previously. We're now chucking huge sums of money at clubs. He is 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential, and I've already annoyed him because I've dropped him to the under-23s because he's not registered for the first team, and for some reason he doesn't understand that. He's just there gone, but I should be playing in the first team, and I'm there thinking, but you can't. Next up is a big signing in terms of value. It is Milos Cvetkovic, who is a 20-year-old Serbian central midfielder with 4 goals to his name in just 6 caps from central midfield for Serbia. That's pretty impressive. Signed from Juve for £23 million. He was out on loan at Red Star in Serbia. We've basically paid out that loan deal to bring him in. I needed some more central midfielders. Milos, I think, is going to be a decent central midfielder, particularly when you look at his mental stats. He's got some very good numbers in there. Work rate, teamwork, bravery, all in the greens. Physically, he's pretty decent as well. Technically, he's also pretty good. Some of his numbers might need to be improved. For example, dribbling and finishing are reasonably low, so his long shots, but he's still only 20 years old. 3-star current ability, 4-star potential. He's probably going to get a lot of football between now and the end of the season, and also he's a wonder kid. He has returned. Sebastian Mille has returned to finish the job he started. The job that got us into the Premier League. He was there. He was that man who propelled us to the Premier League from the Championship. We have brought him from Sevilla, who signed him on a free transfer after his season with us. He's cost too much money. He's cost £32 million, but we've done it nonetheless. Apparently, our coaches aren't too impressed with him. 2.5-star current ability, 4-star potential. He's going to need some time to settle back into the club. The fans love the fact that we've signed him because he is a former fan favourite, I believe. So the fans remember his existence, which is great. He's already played a couple of games for us and been absolute garbage, but he's only just rejoined the club. Let's give him time to settle in. He's not the only one that's been garbage, by the way. Us as a team have been garbage. We drew 1-1 with West Brom. Damien Tilger with the goal in this. We didn't deserve to draw. We were absolutely battered in this one. We then lost against Hull in the FA Cup third round. We played a full-strength side as well. You can see on the right-hand side, we played... I say full-strength. We played Rediniciuc, or whatever his name is. He made his debut. That was it. Everyone else was a first-team player. And then against West Ham, we did manage to pick up 3 points here. Javier Leao and Everard with the goals. Raheem Harper and Ryan Francis getting themselves sent off for West Ham. It means 4th place in the Premier League still. We have the magic 40 points already. I didn't notice that, so relegation shouldn't be happening this year. You'd hope from 4th place in January relegation wasn't even an option. But yeah, hopefully that's not going to happen this year. We are a long way behind Manchester City now, 12 points, so I think the title is basically done for. We need to keep winning games. We need to just keep winning games. We're going to be playing Arsenal in just a moment, who are down in 8th place. They are struggling a little. So hopefully we can do the job against Arsenal. Hopefully we don't kind of revert back to our completely god-awful just matches that we've been playing. I can't even speak at the moment. Yeah, hopefully we do all right against Arsenal. Let's go forward. Let's play Arsenal. And then we've got some more transfers to talk about, hopefully. Okay, we don't have more transfers to talk about because this has happened. Daniel Jakupovic was a player who I was desperately trying to sign. I put in an offer of, I think it was 80 million? Maybe it wasn't that much. No, 50 million. Something around those areas. Yeah, 56 million, I think it was. We were going to pay for him. And then, after I put in that bid, Manchester City, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Juve and Inter Milan all came in for him, and I just went, oh, this isn't going to work, is it? This is not going to work. I've kind of worked out that we need a right wing back, because Milosevic is good, but he's not a wing back. This is a wing back. This is the type of player that I need. Anyway then, Arsenal, who have never lost against us. Great. We've played 8 times, we've got 2 draws and 6 defeats. We are both inconsistent, which is, I don't know, I mean, we're literally the opposite in terms of form. So, yeah, hopefully we can do a job against Arsenal. It's gonna be a draw, isn't it? It's going to be a 0-0 draw. The starting lineup for the Arsenal game then. In goal will be Varro, it will be Murcia, Mendes, Lezcano and Milosevic as our back four. The midfield triangle will be Kanate, Wang and Keith Hall. Keith Hall has thrown his toys out of the pram wanting first team football, when luckily for him we've got some injuries, so Keith Hall can get some first team football. The strikers are a little bit rearranged. It's going to be Saulo on the right hand side. Sebastian Millet will be a left winger today with Damien Tilger as our striker. Tilger's going to play as a striker because basically I offered him a new contract, which he rejected because I couldn't offer him £200,000 a week, but he said he wanted to play as a striker, as an advanced forward. That's what we play. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to play him as a striker. He is our best player all season. He's got 10 assists and 10 goals in all competitions. Hopefully, from striker, he can carry on with that. Also, I don't know whether I was playing Millet as a winger or a striker. I think he was a winger, wasn't he? Basically, I'm trying to recapture the Sebastian Millet that we had back in the Championships days, and hopefully we can get similar performances out of him. It probably won't work. Well, we're 20 minutes in. Nothing at all is happening. I said it was going to be a 0-0 draw, and you know what? If it stays this way, it's going to be a 0-0 draw. Tete with the free kick for Arsenal. It's a back post. Varro holds on to the ball, though. Was that the whole highlight? Varro, the goalkeeper, has it in his hands. Where's he going to go? Rolls it out? Yeah, there it is. To Lezcano, who is our best central defender, by the way. I've been having a look at trying to get a new centre-back in as well. Lezcano probably won't be being replaced, but I think Mendes might if I can get somebody decent enough. Sancho heads down to Tete. Jadon Sancho gets the ball back. He's got some some options. He doesn't have any options. Mariba, he's got to go across to Riccardi. Mariba once again, Riccardi passing between them. Number 6 across to the right-hand side. Tete is going to keep it in play. Crosses it in towards the back post. Jadon Sancho is there, and the Englishman's header goes over the bar. Half hour played. Arsenal have had the one chance so far. Now we've got a chance. Damien Tilger takes the corner. Back post is Milosevic. File easily saves the header from the Montenegrin right back. And it looks like we're going to see a bit more of this highlight. It's Jadon Sancho into Nielsen, sorry. It's on the left-hand side. Is Medjadub, possibly? He's played it to Sancho on the floor. Sancho has got 3 Southport players with him, and Keith Hall has basically made my decision to never play him again. It's going to be a penalty. Come on, Varro. Come on, Varro. You can do this. Who is stepping up to take this? It is Mariba. Against Varro. Varro goes the right way, but he just telegraphed that, didn't he? He was already diving before Mariba started his run-up. We're 1-0 down against Arsenal. We're probably going to drop out the top 4 for the first time this season. Arsenal with another chance, possibly with 5 minutes left of the first half. Riccardi has Mercer in front of him, passing with his friend in the Arsenal kit. Mariba, the goal scorer, the penalty taker and goal scorer. Bad pass, but Ismail is managing to get there first. And now Medjadub, what's his name, goes for Sancho. Sancho goes for goal. Varro makes a very easy save. That wasn't a highlight. Why did we even see it? Melee's on a 6.4. We're just doing awful again. Strikers, what are you doing? Clearly nothing. Clearly you're doing nothing. Aggressive team talks. So, Tilger's on a 6.6. He's doing alright. Millet, 6.4. Saulo's a 6.4. Keith Hall's on a 6.3 because, you know, he gave away the penalty. You can have an individual shout because I'm not happy with you. You seem pressured. Well, that's your game done. Off you get, buddy. Tommy Doyle's going to come on as a Mazzala and then swap you two over because that's is that the better way round? That's probably the better way around. I've been playing Tommy Doyle as a box-to-box and Wang as the Mazzala. Am I doing it wrong? It's going to be another episode, isn't it, where we don't do very well, where we don't seem to score any goals, where we just lose poor performance after poor performance. I mean, it'd be nice if something happened in the second half. Show some passion, do something. Arsenal have the ball. Riccardi to Declan Rice. It's a slide tackle from Wang, but Riccardi still has it. Declan Rice once again, number 12, finds Medjadub. He's had the ball about 15 times in this match so far. Tete is there. It's 2-0. His name's Terry. His name is Terry No, he's English. I was expecting him to be like Moroccan or something. He's also flipping ridiculous. His name's he's half Moroccan, right? Nope. He's okay, fair enough. I think we've got to the point in the season where we've been sussed. Saulo's having a shocker, so Itabel will be coming on. We're then going to rearrange everybody to do that. Sure, that way. That's what we'll do. Tilga can go back to his natural right wing position because he's not done particularly great as a striker. He's getting a 6.5. Final 10 minutes of the game, and it's looking like it's going to be 3 more points dropped against one of the bigger clubs in the league. And Ketcher just goes past all of our players. Varro makes the save, concedes the corner. They keep saying that Milosevic needs to come off. Watford have taken the lead as well against Newcastle, which means I think we might be dropping down. We might be dropping down if that stays that way. Ishmael's made it 3. Arsenal's still not done, apparently. Terry has the ball, finds Rice to Mateus Henrique, forward to Riccardi. Rice again, they're just passing it around. Rian Brewster just gets past Milosevic. It's a great save from Varro. Bit of a television save, but a great save nonetheless. It's going to be a corner. We're going to lose at least 3-0 against Arsenal. We lost 5-0 against Manchester City in the last episode. What is happening to our squad? What is going on with our club? Riccardi was offside. It's going to be a free kick. It's probably going to end the match. 3 minutes of injury time, and nothing is going to happen. It's another poor performance, a very good performance from Arsenal. Have we been found out? Maybe we've just been found out. So somehow we are still in the top 4. Somehow we are still in the top 4, and I'm not quite sure how it's managed it, because Newcastle, through Alfie McAlmont scoring in the 90th minute, rescue a point against Watford, which means Watford don't go ahead of us, or don't go joint on points with us. Arsenal obviously closed the gap a little bit. Manchester United didn't play. Yes, they did. They drew 0-0 with Liverpool. It's a bit of a weird season. We're still 4th. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go forward until the end of the January transfer window. We will then return for Crystal Palace in February. I just hope that we can do something. Like, we've got United, Newcastle and Bournemouth. I want 6 points from those 3 games. I want 6 points. Well, the transfer window has closed and we have smashed our record transfer for the 2nd time this transfer window, possibly even the 3rd time this transfer window. Also, we've bought a very old former England international, I assume former, he might still be in the squad, who currently has a broken back as well. I'm great at transfers, honest. As we always do, let's start with the players leaving the club then. This one is kind of a big deal. Rafik Melkonyan has left, signing for Premier League rivals Newcastle United for just about £2.5 million. I've basically realised I wasn't really playing him. He played, I think, about 6 games, most of them off the bench as well. I thought we'd best just sell him now whilst we can get a little bit of money. Not a lot of money. We've actually lost a fairly sizable chunk of cash from the Melkonyan deal. Christopher Lewis has also left the club, the 25-year-old English central defender who scored 1 goal for us in 5 appearances, and I think it was against Manchester United, if I'm not mistaken. He's left. He signed for Crewe for about £190,000, something like that. He wasn't good enough, was he? I hope he does well at Crewe. I really do. And finally, Keith Hall has left the club. He's gone to France, apparently. For £7.5 million, the Northern Irish international basically is rubbish at football. He's not rubbish. He's actually good at football. It's just, he's not good for us. He gives away penalties, causing us to lose matches, things like that. So yeah, he's left. He was decent. 120 appearances for Keith Hall. A lot of football for us. He then had a season out on loan at Rangers as well, where he got a decent amount of football. Signed from Cliftonville, one of the 63 players we signed from Cliftonville in the space of about a season and a half. He was a good player, decent enough player. £7.5 million in total after various payments and whatnot. But yeah, we'll miss Keith. So, in addition to the players that we've already mentioned earlier on in the episode, Jan Cibulka is next up, an 18-year-old Czech right back that I looked at and went, he's good, because he doesn't look like a right back, but he is a right back. He's good. I say good going forward. Physically, he's reasonable. Mentally, he's reasonable. Technically, he's reasonable. I'm hoping he's at the age of 18. He's got a bit of growing to do. But he's got the stats that I like for an attacking fullback, and that's exactly what he is. Crossing and dribbling, good. First touch is also good. Technique is good. I'm hoping Jan is going to be decent. He's going to go out on loan to his native Czech Republic for a season or 2. We might see him back at some point. So yeah, we've signed a 33-year-old Dele Alli. He will be 34 very soon. He's got a broken back. He's out for 4 weeks. So this is ingenious transfer this one is, Stuart. Don't worry about it, everybody. There's a plan for Dele Alli, and that plan is to play him as the deep line playmaker. Now, he can't play there But that doesn't matter, because if you look at his stats for a deep line playmaker, he can play there. He just can't tackle. I don't need him to tackle. It's fine. We've got defenders to do that. Plus, the next player we'll talk about will hopefully be doing a lot of tackling as well. Dele Alli is a bit of a risk. He's got a 2-year deal, technically a 2.5-year deal. So by the time that expires, he will be 36. It's a big risk. He's getting paid a lot of money. I'm hoping he does a job for 1 or 2 seasons. That's all we need from him. 1 or 2 seasons from an ageing Dele Alli, and I'll be happy with that. And smashing our record transfer out of the water, and I mean out of the water. It was previously 32 million for Sebastian Millet, which is too much money. It's now £44.5 million for Mark Hanford, the 22-year-old Welsh central defender we signed from Norwich. He had a minimum fee release of £44.5 million. They would accept no less than that money, so that's what we had to pay. We've paid it in one lump as well. We paid it in one hit. He has joined, and he will be playing as a ball-playing defender on defend, which he's not the best at because his technique isn't great and his vision isn't great, but everything else is real good. And being Welsh, he counts as homegrown. So I'm hoping for big things for Mark. He's also only 22 years old, so he's got a lot of time to develop as well. I just hope that this isn't money wasted. It might be money wasted. Dele Alli, by the way, cost £2.7 million. We've spent £162 million in total this season. It's a very expensive season. But I guess we're chasing for Champions League football. And to do that, you need to spend money. We have also managed to sell another player who we're not going to talk about. Josh Lawrence, he's gone to Swansea for £120,000. The window is closed in England, but I think it's still open in the rest of Europe, so there might still be some loan deals going on. Let's talk about fixtures and results. So we lost against Manchester United. We lose 1-0, not the best performance. We then beat Newcastle 2-0, Everard and Milosevic with the goals here. It means we are 4th, still in the Premier League. It's still very, very tight up the top. Manchester United and Watford just 2 points behind us. If United equal our points, they will go ahead of us on goal difference. I'm going to go forward a little bit further, where we will play Crystal Palace, who are now in 13th place, apparently. Fair enough. We've also got Bournemouth in a couple of days' time. So I'll be back for the Palace game. So I'm an idiot. I'm a massive, massive idiot. We've all done it. We've all done exactly what I've done. I had to register my Europa League squad, and I've missed out quite a few players. Varro is registered, don't worry about that, but we are missing the new signings, basically. So, what's his name? Svetkovic isn't registered, because I'm an idiot. We did get Mark Hanford in there. We're also missing Dele Alli, Sebastian Millet. None of those players are registered. I'm an idiot. I'm a massive, massive idiot. Not so much for when we played Bournemouth, though. We did win that one 4-1. It was Damien Silga with 2, Mercier getting on the score sheet, and Saulo in the 89th minute. We had a very good performance against Bournemouth. We are going to be playing Palace in just a second. Just to remind you, we are still 4th place in the table. Manchester United and Watford are hot on our heels, just still 2 points behind us, but as long as we keep winning, we should be fine. Somehow Damien Silga is the best player in the league still, and I'm not quite sure how or why. I guess he's the one propelling us to where we are in the table. Anyway, let's play Crystal Palace before this episode turns into an hour long. The starting lineup then for the Palace game will be Varro in goal, a back four of Mercier, Mendes, Hanford and Milosevic. Hanford's already played, obviously, the Bournemouth game. Did a decent job. I think he got a 7.1 rating. Konate, Wang and Svetkovic, I don't know how that's going to be pronounced. It's Tilga, Saulo and Everard as our strikers today. He might just be called Milos, you know. I have just realised that I'm playing Mendes ahead of Lescano, even though Lescano's a better central defender. It's because I don't pay attention enough, apparently. Tilga with an early chance for us. It's almost Hanford on his second appearance for us, putting the ball in the back of the net. It's a lot happening, actually, already. 4 minutes on the clock. We've had one highlight. Hanford has a free kick to Tilga. Tilga's going to play a long ball towards Saulo. Everard's there on the volley, or half volley, and Gasparini can hold on to the chance from the Belgian international. And the highlight looks like it's going to be carrying on. Long ball upfield towards Neto. Hanford with a terrible header. And Palace potentially with the ball into the penalty area. Crosses the ball. It's gone to Brooks. And David Brooks has made it 1-0. The same thing is happening again. The same thing's happening, isn't it? We have an early chance. Palace take the lead. Hey, guess what? They've had one shot on target and scored it. We've had 5 and haven't scored anything yet. Aaron Martin has been booked for Palace. We've got ourselves a free kick in a decent position. Kanate steps up to take it. Curling effort from the Frenchman into the top corner. Gasparini can't stop that one. It is 1-1. We are back in this game. Let's get 2 more goals, please. I want to win 3-1 at least. Manchester United have moved up ahead of us in the table because we're not winning. Man United are winning their game. We are not winning ours. It means goal difference is the decider at the moment, putting them into 4th place. What a boring first half of football that has been. Mark Hanford, he's not having a very good time at the moment. We're going to give him a calm. I'm far from pleased. Hanford's on a 6.5. Defensively, we're doing a bit crap, if I'm perfectly honest. He's cost £44.5 million, and he's getting a 6.5. It's a 6.6, actually. He's gone up. Get creative, do something, please. We are having 0 highlights in this match. We've had 2, maybe 3 all game so far. We've literally got a highlight about to start, and I'm going to do a substitution, which might not be the best plan. We're going to do Itabel on, and then swap you 2 around. So Itabel can go onto the right-hand side. We have a throw. It's Mercier taking the throw, and we are actually going to see it. Everard controls it back to the Belgian. Mercier crosses the ball. Damien Tilger is there, and Damien Tilger gets his 14th goal of the season. I have to admit, he is good, isn't he? He is doing really well for us this season. Do we continue with our subs? Maybe we change our mind. We have changed our mind with the substitutions, but the fact that Palace have a highlight straight after the goal, maybe we shouldn't have changed our minds. Sanchez to Piotrowski, maybe. David Brooks, the goal scorer for Palace on the right-hand side. He's got Saulo in front of him. Iwu, back to Rodon. Rodon's going to go for a long ball towards Skinner. Piotrowski, once again, Sanchez. Is that Renato Sanchez? It might be Renato Sanchez, you know. It's Schupbach. Schupbach down that left-hand side, gets past Milosevic. He's going to cross it in. He doesn't cross it in very well. Svetkovic doesn't pass it very well either. And Schupbach has another chance. Aaron Martin to Sanchez. Sanchez is going to go for a long ball towards the right-hand side. David Brooks heads down. Skinner's in on goal. Varro really should have got that. So should the central defender. It's 2-2. I should have done the bloody subs. Svetkovic has taken the blame for that, and rightly so. Weston McKennie will be coming on. I'm going to do that. I'm going to stick McKennie as the deep line playmaker because he's good. He's just not as good as he used to be. Sanchez, Tilger doesn't get the ball though. Shook back once again in towards Skinner. Skinner. That hasn't counted, has it? It's not counted. Is it counting? It's offside. Thank Christ for that. He's not even offside, is he? He's not offside. I'd feel hard done by if I was a Palace fan, but I'm not, so I don't care. Final few minutes, we're going to do Barriero coming on. We're also going to do Saulo coming off for Itabel, and we're going to do that change that we were going to do earlier. So 9 minutes to try and find a winner or not concede a third would be nice. What is going on with our team at the moment? What is honestly going on? We are just the most inconsistent. We've been so inconsistent since about October. Somehow we're just lucky that I think everyone else is also massively inconsistent because we're drawing with teams that we should not be drawing against. We're losing against teams we should not be losing against. And we're still somehow 4th in the table because I think Manchester United dropped points as well. Varro got a 6.3 in that match. A 6.3 for a goalkeeper is absolutely appalling. West Ham beat Manchester United after they went down to 10 men. Dybala with a winning goal for West Ham, of all people. I mean, that's just a weird sentence. Watford beating Wolves moves them up into 5th place. Joint on points with us, but behind on goal difference only. Right then, next episode, what are we going to do? It's going to be episode 5, I think, of season 11. We've got the Europa League second knockout round, so we're probably going to come back for that. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do. We might do Chelsea. Why? For some reason, Chelsea will do. And whoever we're going to play in the Europa League. I don't know who it is. I have no idea. Thank you very much for watching this probably very long episode of Football Manager 2020 with Southport. It's not been the best of months, has it? We've dropped a lot of points. We have not done particularly well in the league, but we're still somehow at the right end of the table. If you did enjoy this episode, do please remember to leave a like. If you are new here and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. I'll be back next time with some Europa League action with Southport.